People, deluded, I'm back again. Obviously, it's delicate times where Arsenal are concerned, people. I had to get a legend. I had to get someone whose opinion I respect. XS, apologies. He's saying, my guy, man, it's been a while.
He's saying, but it's been a while. It's been a minute, man. But we're here, man. We're here. Let's talk the things, man. Let's talk it.
Where do you want to start, man, Carl? Obviously, you're notorious for going viral for dashing your season ticket. I might have to ask you, you're going to do that again, man, because we had a mad January. We've got injuries to discuss. We've got the outlook of the club to discuss. Where do you want to start, man? It's a madness.
It's one thing for sure. There's definitely a lot of discussion point. Definitely a lot of meat on the bone. No Diddy, but
oh Lord,
you know what I'm saying? There's definitely a lot to chew on. You know what I'm saying? But listen, let's start with not signing, and let's start with not signing in the summer. Let's not even talk about this window. Let's talk about last window, because if we came correct last window, this window wouldn't even matter. And if last window was so poor, yeah, how come we didn't even try to match it this window with the poorness? Let's start there. Let's start there, bro.
You said it there, yeah. Cast your mind back to the summer, right? Obviously, when the summer's shut, we've got Neto on loan, Sterling on loan, Calafiori's come on loan, Mikel Marino's in the squad. Where's your head at? Sterling as well. Pause. Where's your head at? Like end of the window in the summer, going into this season.
End of the window, like most windows of Arsenal is disappointing. You know, I think you can maybe cast your mind, depending on how long you've been supporting the club, how many good windows they've had. You know, because it's not many, but it's disappointing. It's overwhelming. So I look at it and I'm like, all right, we've got rid of Smith Rowe, Nketiah's gone, Reece has gone on loan, Vieira's gone on loan. Now we've only brought in Sterling as sort of like the only out and out. And at the time, I looked at it, I thought, this might be good. You know,
let me interject. Yeah, why did you think it'd be good, Raheem Sterling? Was that just copium? Like he's got a reason to play well, or did he genuinely believe? It
was a lot of maths. I was doing a lot of maths, and these were the numbers. These are the figures I was working with. When he was at City, one of his best seasons at City, Arteta was coaching him. Yeah, Arteta was coaching him. One of his best numbers, Arteta was there.
And that's in the documentary to back up your point as well.
That's in the documentary, right? And then he's got a lot to prove, yeah? And then what Arteta done with Havertz, not saying he did miracles with Havertz, but he definitely did more than what I expected from him. Do you know what I'm saying? And then I looked at, what was the other point? And then I looked at the figures behind the loan. It wasn't money involved like that. It was Chelsea.
It looked like a low cost kind of
low cost risk. Local risk was minimum. And Sterling is a big name, and he was going to challenge Martinelli, Trossard. Like he was going to improve them just by him being a competition for them.
Another body in the squad, less places to start. Yeah, and
that's how I looked at it. You know, I was telling the man them in the stands. I was like, one of the guys that sit with me, big up Steve. I said, Steve. He's like, Steve said to me, nah, I can't see it. And when I gave him the points I just gave you now, he was like, you know what, Strict? You've won me over. Do you know what I'm saying? So when we start from there, I mean, I wasn't particularly satisfied with the window. I was looking for, was it a light under the tunnel, or a rainbow outside the rainbow?
Just a beacon of hope, really. Yeah, where it's all mad.
You know what I'm saying? So I was looking at it that way. I was like, okay, cool. It's not a bad. It's not the. I mean, it's not. We've had worse. It's not the worst. You know what I'm saying? And then, bro, we saw it. We've had nothing from Sterling. Sterling has given us nothing.
You don't think he can turn it around?
Nah.
He's gonna get a run of games. Apart from obviously Chelsea at home, on paper, he's gonna play a lot of games, man. Because them more experienced players have to stand up to be counted, man. We're relying on Ethan a lot. And if I was them, like Sterling, Trossard, honestly, bro, I'd be offended if I saw this video, because as good as Ethan is, if I'm them, man, like you said, he's experienced, they've been around the block. I'm like, rah, they've got more trust in the kid than me. Stand up to be counted. So you don't reckon, continue your point, but you don't reckon Sterling can turn it around?
No. I don't. I really don't, man. I really don't. Because I just think if you look at it, I think sometimes you just got to put your hand up. some players come towards the end of their careers. You know, you see it happen with even now in real time. We're seeing De Bruyne not being De Bruyne in real time. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter what team.
Time waits for no one, man.
Time waits for no one. It don't matter what team you put him in or bruv, he's around the best coach in the world, and he's still putting. You know, he's declining. So I say that to say this. I think Sterling is at the end of his top level tolerance.
At only 30, though, like almost saying him.
At only 30, bro. Some people do it. So I mean, he was at Chelsea, bro. He was at Chelsea stinking out the gaff there as well.
That's why he's at Arsenal. Like Maresca from early said safe.
He was there stinking out the gaff, you know. Just before he left City, he started to show signs of that. You know what I'm saying? So City got rid of him at the right time. But he was at Chelsea. Let's not get that. He was stinking out the gaff, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? We can still talk about he still got quality. He still shows signs. But overall, at Sterling's age, at 30, his decision making is still poor. He's still poor. Doesn't do the basics right. Doesn't and that's one of the things that we rate Saka for, because Saka seems to do the basics right.
Makes the right decisions, man.
All the time. Makes the right decisions. He shoots when you're supposed to shoot. He passes when he's supposed to pass. He crosses when he's supposed to cross. He runs when he's supposed to run. He beats his man when he's supposed to. You know, Sterling will only excel in one of those.
He's kind of one-dimensional in that regard.
One-dimensional. You know, and then,
but to be fair, then like let me get your thoughts on this then, because like you said you agreed that he's one-dimensional, right? And I agree. I think 29 years of age, turning 30, you kind of have to when you're getting Sterling, you have to accept him for what he is, in it. Like, he's not going to change overnight. It kind of is what it is, as you alluded to, right? But surely, when you look at his highlights, definitely if you typed his name in on YouTube, you see him running in behind. It's like he's on the last action. If he scores, great. 9 times out of 10, he's probably going to miss. But don't you feel like with the way we set up in attack and you got to be in certain positions, doesn't that kind of not play to his strengths?
But the main thing I said, bro, end product. Bro got end product of a kneecap, bro. It's just there to stand, but nothing else happens with it, bro.
Bad guy.
End product of a kneecap, bro. Like is Bob, you saw it. You saw it. I mean, the only positive I can say is we don't depend on him for a whole season. Is how many games left?
14. 16, including the 2 in the champs if we don't go through.
Right, 16 games. It's not.
That's a lot of games, though, bro. Like,
it's a lot of games, but it's not 38 games, bro. It's not 38 games. So he's got a short amount of time, equally enough amount of time for him to turn it around. But he's shown me no signs of it whatsoever. And I saw it the first game against Bolton. Was it Bolton in the League Cup? I was like, what is going on with this brother? What is going on?
When everyone scored apart from him.
Yeah. You know,
yeah. I remember it was everybody's game as well. It was so deep for Sterling. You
know, and the kids are outshining. I think you just get to a certain age where like you lose your hunger, bro. Like he has nothing to prove to no one. He's done what he's needed.
What about himself though?
He's got nothing to prove to no one. He's Raheem Sterling, bro. He's won all over the gaff. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but as you said, a man's 30, couple years left. Everybody writing you off. You don't feel like him as a man. Like one day my career's done. You know, like. I can show something. I'm around kids at Arsenal. I've won stuff unlike them.
Kids are showing them, bro. Kids are showing them. That's what's concerning for me, bro. Ethan Nwaneri comes on. Ethan Nwaneri is banging. Ethan Nwaneri is doing everything Sterling can do with goals on top, with tax on top, with age on his side, bro.
He's so much better than Sterling. Big up Sterling, but he's so much better.
He's so much better.
That shot from Ethan is a madness. He's giving Saka a run for his money.
There you go. So I think the conversation should be, all right, what can we have to reduce our expectation levels with Sterling. What can we truly expect from Sterling? Are you going to create goals? He doesn't, because he doesn't know when to pass. He doesn't even have it in his range.
Yeah, I ain't trying to see Sterling create. That's a madness. That's dark if we have to get there.
Is he going to score goals? Stop taking set pieces. Stop taking like. So it's just like, reduce your hope and you'll get the best outcome, bro.
You got no hope for this guy.
I got no hope in Sterling, bro. I got no hope in Sterling. Reduce your expectations.
And he's playing right wing.
He should come out. He should come out that right wing. He should come out that right wing, fam.
Bro, that's why I know Arteta don't rate him, to be honest with you, yeah, because obviously whatever I say, you've played for England, you're an experienced player. If you can play left wing, you can play right wing. I do think too much modern day football fans make a big song and dance about that generally, right? But I think in Sterling's case, actually backing up your point about, his decision making and stuff, I think a man like Sterling, you have to kind of dumb it down. At least on the left wing, his options, you could say he's got to do more because he's not on his favoured foot, but it's really two things that you can really do. I feel on the right, it's a bit basic. So is it fair to say then in hindsight, like, he's really just replaced Reece Nelson? Because that feels to me like that's your role at Arsenal, unfortunately.
What an incredible point. What an incredible point. And has he even replaced Reece Nelson, really? Like, because Reece never really got around the game. Reece...
He did the Bournemouth thing. I ain't seen Sterling do nothing like that yet.
I ain't seen Sterling do that in a minute. Reece still had a lot to his game. Like, Reece will track... And let me tell you what, Sterling is lazy, bro.
100%.
Sterling pretends to work. I've seen it too. There was one time, I can't remember.
Man, because you go to the games and that not everyone in the chat gets to, man, and they don't see these things.
Bro, I think what game was it he was playing? And he was chasing man back here. I think like the Villa game. He was chasing man back, but he wasn't even looking where the man was at. He was just like, let me look like I'm doing something. Man had a shot. Sterling didn't even react to the shot. He wasn't even looking when man had the shot, bro. And lucky for him, the shot might have gone wide or keeper saved it. But he weren't trying to put the man off. He was just there as a body, bro. Like, listen, I want everything to work out with Sterling. Let me just make that clear.
Yeah, he's a culture. Football's one of the mandem. We all want it to work. He's kind of like Rashford as well, but it's dark.
Do you know what I'm saying? But let's also be truthful to the mandem as well. You know what I'm saying? Because that's one of the things in our community, bro. Sometimes we're not really saying it because it's mandem, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we're not saying it, bro. It needs to be said, bro. Certain times, brother, come out the roads, bro. Come out the roads. There's a bigger, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta say that to certain man, bro.
Leave the game before it leaves you, man.
Leave the game before it leaves you, know what I'm saying? Like, bro, stop cheating on your girl. Stop doing that to your, allow it, bro. Like, certain times we have to have those conversations. Like,
not cheating if you close your eyes, allegedly, but gone.
You're a bad guy. You're a bad guy.
I couldn't help myself. I don't know, but on a serious note, man, so obviously we're talking about the summer, so that's Sterling. I don't need to waste your time about Neto. I want to speak to me about Calafiori, because some would say, I personally like Calafiori. Obviously he's had injuries, Lewis Skelly's come and done his thing, but I think he'll be a good player for us. But some would say, and I do think it holds weight, why is Arteta signing another left back?
I mean, you've got to look at how everything played out. Like, if you look at out of the two boys between Skelly and Nwaneri was definitely the one that you would say would have more game time this season. You know, it was just by coincidence that, that left side injury. We had also had the right side injury as well. So therefore, Arteta had no choice but to bring in Skelly. Now, it just so happened that not only has Skelly filled in, he's surpassed expectations. At the age of 18, he's doing his thing. At the age of 18, bro, like, he's confident.
Moving like a veteran.
Moving like a vet. Like, bro, he moves more like a grown-up than Sterling does in terms of confidence and ability. Do you know what I'm saying?
Understanding what we want, especially like you said in our community as man. Lewis Skelly does how we play football in the cages, Sunday league, all of that. He just gets it.
Exactly. And no one don't move to Skelly. Like, the youth is strong. No one don't move to him. The youth is strong, and he don't mind being in certain man's faces. He's not scared, and most importantly with Skelly, he's not pretending, bro. That's just how
you can tell that's him.
That's just him. I called him Baby Marcelo because he balls like Marcelo, like from defense. You know what I'm saying? And that wasn't what the plan was. It just so happened.
Next actually goal shouts with him as well.
There you go. It just so happened that it worked out well. So now we're looking at that Calafiori money and thinking, could we have promoted? But I just think it just happened. And I think with Skelly, what Skelly will offer us is what people think Zinchenko will offer us in midfield. I think Skelly is more rounded to play midfield because he has awareness, he has pace, and he's strong.
You know, I was reading an article, sorry to cut you, but I was reading an article on Arsenal.com and they did a think piece about Lewis Skelly, and I was reading it. Apparently he's learning Spanish. Obviously Arteta's Spanish, so yeah, he's on some mind games. I have to big him up.
See, that's dedication there, bro. That's dedication there, bro. He's trying to understand it. But if you watch his mom talking, I watch a lot of his mom's content, yeah, and I'm like,
I'm serious, man. Our favorite auntie, man. Big up
Marcia.
Marcia,
innit? Marcia Lewis. Big up Marcia Lewis because
big up Marcia. Shout out Lewis Skelly.
Trust me, yeah, because he gets it, and he gets what she gets. Do you understand? So I think if we're short in midfield, I think possibly he might be able to come in midfield because he's got all the traits, but with awareness. That's what Zinchenko doesn't have. That's why I will never trust Zinchenko in midfield, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? It's good him inverting here and there, yeah. But
expand on that because that's a talking point as well. Everyone's saying Zinny, why hasn't he played in midfield, etc. I feel exactly what you're about to say. To be honest,
not good enough, bro. That's the pure and honest truth. Zinny isn't better than Jorginho. Yeah, and that's just the benchmark. If you're honest, if you want to sit in that midfield, you've got to be better than Jorginho. You don't create like Jorginho. Yes, I know sometimes he can break the lines and with passes, but most of these passes go to opposition players. Most of these passes, and he doesn't have awareness, which is crazy to me because, bro, you're supposed to be a fullback. All right, cool. You've been trained in midfield. You've been a midfield. You play midfield.
No, you're back on the money, man.
But you've got no fucking awareness, bro. You see it with every midfielder. What's the first thing they do? They scan. Thomas Partey, he scans. He doesn't do that. He just thinks all I have to do is get the ball and do what I got to do. Nah, bro, you've got to scan. And that's why he doesn't play in midfield. Because he's the obvious man to play in midfield. But there's a reason why he's not playing in midfield.
People get fooled because he's left-footed and techie.
That's it.
I agree with you full-heartedly, man. It looks dark for Zinni anyways. He's probably gone.
So yeah, I'm happy for him to go, man. I think a lot of the City boys, and man just said there, Zinchenko's lazy is very lazy.
Do you know what I clocked about Zinni? Yeah, a bit like what you said about Sterling. I think because obviously we all know he wasn't an actual fullback, but if you're a fullback at City, them times, yeah, you got to defend and stuff, but it's not really fullback. You're not having to defend. You're just on the ball doing wavy stuff. Now you did have to defend a bit more at Arsenal, and to be fair, statistically, I think we got some record that year or some award. You did your thing, yeah, but. Have you clocked? Yeah, he just gets back in position and switches off. Like he thinks that's it to defend it. Like let me get back in the back four and I'm cool. That's what jars me with Zinni. That's why Ben White tried to beat him up last season somewhere.
Yeah, good man. Because bro, I can't remember what. Nah, I do remember Salah, bro. Listen, I know Mo Salah is an exceptional player. I know he's streamlined. How he played. He's we know that.
He's cooked some quality players, let alone Zinni.
Some quality players. But do you know what I want to see from Zinni there? Why are you not showing him his weak side? That's just basic. That's just basic, bro. Basic. Show him the outside.
Make it difficult for him in some way, man. Like you're just getting scared from the jump.
Show him the outside, and if he does a madness from there, cool. Do you know what I'm saying? You're showing him the fundamentals. Zinni doesn't have it. I'm happy when. I don't think if Zinni goes, I honestly don't think he'll be missed, bro. I don't think anyone would even be like, shit, we've made a mistake. If we can get 10, 15 mil for him, I think we've done well, bro.
What are you saying for Tomiyasu then? Since we're on fullbacks.
I like Tomiyasu. He's never let me down. I think just the one game off the top of the dome against City that time when he gave it to De Bruyne. But
yeah, listen, and De Bruyne did a mad thing.
But listen, if you can't stay fit, you gotta go, man. You gotta go. There's kids looking to come in and fill in, man. I think.
Are you selling him to some of them?
I would sell him, bro. His injury record is diabolical. He never had this injury record before Arsenal, but his injury record is diabolical, bro. Like, I actually forgot he was a fullback. You just mentioned it. I totally forgot Tomiyasu, bro.
I love Tommy, man, but damn.
and the worst thing about Tomiyasu, why I've said I'll sell him, he's a backup. So that means when you're a backup, your best attribute is you have to be ready to come in. That is your best attribute as a backup, bro.
I can't hear any lies, man.
So if you can't fulfill that role by being available, get the fuck out.
You're of no use to us as well. And I'd like to go back to what you was talking about. Lewis Skelly, for whatever reason, has taken his chance and altered our planning. And I'd love to see him in midfield. But yeah, what are you saying for Calafiori as an actual player? Like,
yes, that was the original question, innit?
Yeah. Someone just reminded me.
What I like Calafiori. Someone said in one of my streams the other day, we should try him up front.
And someone's asked who we should play up front, so we can kind of say your thing about Calafiori. We can get onto that as well. Boy,
that's what someone said. Someone said in my streams, and I said, "Nah, this is ridiculous." But then this was before the Havertz injury, and now I'm starting to think on it even more. I'm like, I've seen those two finishes that he had. I've never seen Havertz do them. Any of those type of finishes, by the way. Do you know what I'm saying? But he's
especially the City one.
Defensively, he struggled this season defensively. I think possibly.
I think that's fair.
I think possibly the tempo, the intensity. Because bro, Italy is a slower paced. You can sort of cruise and you can hide even if you want to say. But over here, there's no hiding, bro. You're coming up against speed.
Newcastle away is crazy.
Do you know what I'm saying? I think he struggled, but that can happen. I'm willing to, because I've seen signs. You know what I'm saying? So I'm willing to sort of put it down to a new league,
still only 22 as well. To be fair,
new language. I know he speaks English well, but it's all still new to him. So I can give him that. But listen, those goals, those finishes, is that one against City was absolutely crazy, fam. Absolutely crazy.
Scream
on. And he knew it wasn't no accident. He went for that, bro. David Luiz style, slapped it the instep, bro. He went for that.
Hey, that's goal. That's got to be goal of the season for us. There might be one, two more, but it's a candidate.
When he left his foot, he started running to celebrate. He knew that was in, bro. Watch that again, bro. Brother knew that was in. So I got time for Calafiori. I think maybe, what Skelly's done is offered us, an alternative way to position things. Like I said, we might be able to maybe in other games push Lewis up a bit. Maybe Calafiori sit. I don't know, but he's given us that option if possible.
So what do we do up front though, bro? Because obviously we could sit here and we could talk about, the gaffer said Ethan can play there, Trossard obviously can play there. You got Sterling. As much as we're running jokes about Calafiori or Gabriel Magalhaes or this one up there, there's serious shouts online. I'm sure you've seen about Moreno playing as a 9.
Yeah, I've seen them. I think for me, Trossard.
So what we're saying about all of that,
it's got to be Trossard. I think now Trossard is our focal forward now, our main point. Because unlike all the other ones, I mean, I can't talk about Nwaneri yet, but all the other ones, Trossard is actually one of the best finishers at the club. Trossard is one of the ones that will lay it off from where you're supposed to lay it off from. Trossard is the greedy guy. Do you know what I'm saying? You need your man to be greedy. He wants to take them shots. So I think Trossard...
Rather him shoot than Sterling, in all honesty, as
100%,
well.
100%. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, Trossard false 9 has been unplayable at times,
It's true. But for 16 games though, bro. 14 in the Prem, 2 in the Champs. At the minimum, it could be more. You really think the Trossard 9 thing's sustainable? Or should we even try to play some kids there or something? There must be someone in the academy at this point.
I mean, everyone talks about the boy we sold, Chido Obi Martins, that we sold to United. But the truth is, if he's not good enough to displace Højlund, then yeah,
he's only 17 though, bro.
Bro. Højlund has been stinking up the gaff, bro. I think most managers would be like, you know what? I didn't sign him. I didn't sign Højlund. I didn't spend the 70+ million, so I can get away with dropping him and trying something new. Because how can you go how many dozen games without even scoring?
Stinking up the place.
Stinking up, without even shooting, bro. I think there was a stat that I saw. Man went 13 or 14 games, bro, without a shot on target.
He's playing it. Lord forgive us anytime we've cried about Kai Havertz. You see what other people have. You don't know the blessings you got sometimes.
You don't know the blessings you got, fam. You don't know that we're too busy.
He's playing it.
Yo, bro.
That's actually terrible as a striker. I'm actually deep in it.
No shot on target in 13 games, bro. It might have even been more.
Because 13 games, you can't. The odd game you could say, oh, you know what? No one's creating for me. I never got the ball. I'm defending. But 13 games.
Let's do the math, bro. That's 30. That's 13 times 90, bro. let's do the math. 13 times 90.
Nah, it can't be, man. It must have been the thing.
1,170 minutes, bro.
So at no point do you just get the ball and have a shot. Out of all the, he's peak for Højlund still.
No. So yeah, man. I think who's in the youth? I haven't really heard anyone in the youth getting. I ain't really heard Max Downham.
But he's very. I actually think he's a generational talent. I actually rate Ethan and Lewis Skelly. But if we take time with that kid, he's gonna be lit. But he's, you know me, bro. Like he's like 15, 16.
Yeah.
I just think people should allow him, let him do his thing. Yeah, not like obviously I want to see him play and do whatever, but not yet, man. There's just so much you got to do. But what he's doing on the pitch, he's been called up for England's under 17s. What you're doing on the pitch in this day and age, social media is gonna go mad. I don't think we've got anyone ready that's on an Ethan or Lewis Skelly thing, but at this point, what you got Sago Jr., you got Kion Edwards, you got Butler who made his debut. Fair enough, they might not be eye-catching per se for the casual fan, yeah, but like they've all gone on loan. Like Nathan's 22, they've all gone on loan, so they got some experience. And I'm at the point now, as I said, 16 games. You're gonna have, whether they're good enough or not, surely you're gonna have to use them in some capacity. Because Ethan ain't gonna play 16, 90-minute games. Trossard ain't gonna be able to do that. Bearing in mind, Trossard's got minutes in the legs, and then there could be more injuries. Yeah, you got Sterling. Surely you're gonna have to use them kids, whether they're good enough or not.
Yeah,
surely
he's gonna have to, and that's the thing. Like, we're going to. There's no subs. There's no subs, bro.
It's dark.
There's no subs. It's like Ethan, you're starting, you're finishing.
And you're gonna run him into the ground again.
You're starting, you're finishing. Everyone, you're starting, you're finishing. Do you know what I'm saying? But what do you think about exploring the free agent? The free agent stuff. Like, have you looked at, I know you're a man that do your research, bro. Have you looked at anyone that viable at least, bro?
I can't lie. You know when you go to a motive, yeah, like, and big up everyone that's in a relationship, or you've been to a motive in the past year. You know when you've not secured and you're outside at stupid o'clock, standards are dropping. Like you're just trying to secure. It's tired, bro. The free agent thing is tired. It's so tired. Like I can't believe Arsenal did this to me. I can't believe I'm making Stu say, "Oh, should we look at Diego Costa?
Diego Costa,
should we look at that Moreno? Lucas Perez is free. Funny enough, it's mad.
Lucas Perez.
Yeah, he's a free agent.
Lucas Perez.
Yeah, he's a free agent. It's peak. I can't believe that's another side note as well, yeah, because it kind of progresses what we've been talking about on. Like, what do you make of January, man? Because there's been injuries. We're joking about centre backs. Bro, as much as it's funny, it's peak. It's dark for us.
Bro, they diddied us.
How can they do this to us?
They diddied us, bro. We've been diddied, bro. Baby oil, everything, fam. They done bad things to us, bro. Things that we
shouldn't we've been swindled.
Swindled is not even the flipping word, bro. How does Saka get injured 3 days before transfer window, and you're not looking to at least bring someone in the squad? How is Jesus, who isn't prolific himself, getting injured 13 days into the transfer window? You're not thinking bringing someone into the squad. Even if you thought to yourself, you know what, the league is done, it'd be a bad investment to bring someone in now on a short-term basis, bro. Then what about the Champions League? Or is this? And this is what it comes back to: is their ambition just to finish top 4? That's just their ambition? Because
what do you think that is? Do you think it is as well?
It's got to be, because they're showing you. It's got to be. It look like top 4 is secured. If you win something, great. But at the end of the day, you know them man that work in sales. Yeah, they got their basic, and some man don't have a basic, so they have to sell. These man have a basic, so if they sell, that's a bonus. Do you know what I'm saying? But they sell, their basic is top 4. So as long as top 4 is secured, I know at the end of the month I got my pay packet. I can pay my bills. I can pay my rent. Do you know what I'm saying? Top 4 is the dream. And I think when I look at it now, that's why they're happy to give Arteta the pay rise. Listen, I'm a big, when it comes to Arteta route and all of that, Arteta is my manager, bro. Like, I don't know how anyone else feels, but Arteta is my manager. But as far as the club, they're happy for him to do top 4. And this man's got the potential to have us winning serious trophies, bro. Serious trophies. And they don't. People look back and talk about, but he was given 750. All the top managers have been given a lot of money, bro. It's the way of the world now. It's the way of how football is now. Every top manager in the Premier League has been given a lot of money. Slot didn't walk into a broken project. He's walked into something that was already prepaid, bro. You know what I'm saying? Ready oats, 60 seconds, put everything's ready.
To be fair though, he did make a thing happen for Gravenberg. They still have 3 players contracts running out, and I don't think Liverpool fans are happy about their window. I think you're right, but yeah.
You know, exactly. Liverpool fans ain't happy with their window, and it's starting to manifest. Do you know what I'm saying?
Slot has turned, yeah. They weren't expected to win the league.
No way. Do you know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying to you is, they have the ambition is to top 4, and in fact, I'll say top 2. I'll say top 2. I think now they've increased it. They want the top 2 because maybe the money's more the higher you climb. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
So, that's what it is. But listen, there's no way you're telling me this club actually wants to win the league. Because like I was saying to Robbie before, we've been lucky that all these injuries have happened at the right time. We had, to our key players, injuries have happened right in the transfer window opening, the January transfer window opening, the pit stop. And we haven't changed our tires. In fact, we drove past the pit stop. And now what happens when you don't change your tires, bro? They're gonna blow.
Yeah. It's peak. But then like adding on to that, yeah, and I want to circle back on like some things around Mikel Arteta. But saying that, then yeah, obviously we're not flies on the wall, but we keep hearing different rumors. Arteta was suggested, they gave Arteta some players. He said, "No, I don't want that." Arteta's begging, the Kroenkes are acting. They might have told him, "Do you know what? We've been giving you peas. We're giving you the budget. If you spent the budget, that's your business." Like, where do you attribute the blame? Like, is everybody blameless? Is no one at fault? Is it the club just all against Arteta? Has Arteta made this mess of himself? Where you at? Because we didn't even recall Fabio Vieira at the very minimum. I'm not saying he's the Messiah, but bodies.
Yeah, I mean, of course,
we did nothing.
Everyone's to blame to some degree. If you wanna look at like injuries, if you wanna look at like overly playing Saka, and then Saka then goes to internationals, plays, and then comes back and then play him again. Yes, you can level at Arteta. What I don't get, and I don't think will make sense, is that he would put himself in a position to be scrutinized. I just don't get it. Like, I just don't think,
because he's getting appeased, man. As much as I like Arteta, it's a sweet. We got to be real. I'm not saying Arteta's sinister, but for a newish kind of manager, you got a decent contract there. As you said, as long as you get top 4, you're kind of good. Not that there's been many, but post Arsene Wenger, you're the manager now. You're getting a say. We ain't got no sporting director, so they're probably going to lean on you a bit more. As much as I do think the club have hard done by, it's like if you sign up for a job, bro, you know the ethos around the company. You know what, like, you do know, in it. Like, it's not. I'm not saying you're saying this, but it can't be a woe is me thing for Arteta, I guess.
No. For sure. Like I said, you just said there now, he was offered some players and possibly, he declined. I mean, I don't know how true it is, but my point being, what does he benefit from him not signing a player? That essentially kills him. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's killing him. Because at this point, Kai Havertz is looking like the greatest player that's ever played for Arsenal, the way we're missing him already.
And he looked spent against Wolves. You could see the hamstring injury was going to happen.
You could see it. So I can't see that Arteta would have wanted to not have somebody in, even if it was someone he didn't want. Because I'm sure there's some signings. I mean, I don't know how much of a say he has, like in terms of percentages. I don't know whether he has 90% say, 70%, 50 or 2. I have no clue. But Edu leaving definitely hasn't helped. But then that brings into question, why has Edu left and fucked us off in the middle of the season? What's going on behind that?
Has he done that though? Like, I agree with what you're saying, but it's like there are some fans that are there like, oh, how could Edu do this to me? Do you think he owes the club anything, or do you think there's something deeper there? Like, maybe Edu weren't being listened to, and I'm not saying he looks at social media, but let's just say Edu he's like us. He would love us to sign Isaac. He wants this one. He wants that one. For some reason or another, Arteta's voice is louder than his. He doesn't get it. You're going on social media. Man are laughing at you and saying you shouldn't be the sporting director. What if he just said, you know what, safe? Because he's got, with the greatest of respect to Forest, great owner, great project. He's gone to Forest for Arsenal. I mean, gone to from Arsenal to Forest. So yeah, man,
bro. And you got, this is the thing. Yeah, we need transparency in it. But you also got to remember, with these people are in football corporate world. They still have lawyers. They will still sign NDAs, so he can't say Wagwan, and that would be included in his pay packet. For that extra $5 million, you can't discuss the runnings of this club.
He said he's got the best owners in football. Obviously, that's PR. We know that, but to the greater public, they will take that for gospel and go mad.
Exactly. So there's a lot of things that we are not privy to, and we probably wouldn't even understand, because the business of football, from the outside looking in, looks like it should be common sense, but behind closed doors, it's all different, various moving parts that that we're not aware of. But for me, Edu leaving mid-season is telling me something. It's telling me something's going on. And then we've got this Jason Ito guy, who now everybody, everyone at the board,
Tim Lewis, big up Terror for the comment.
And Tim Lewis, everyone wants to promote him to, to being the executive director now. And then you think to yourself, where are you lot going with that? Like, what is he executing?
They say he's impressing as well. Maybe I don't know what you've done.
This is what I'm saying. From the outside looking in, if your window was this January window and we didn't sign him one, we didn't do anything with, then what have you impressed? And then it goes back to my point of the club just wanting their basic pay package, which is the top 4. Because then that's all that proves he's done. He's secured you your top 4 by not signing anyone.
And the bank balance and the balance sheet, we did sell in the summer as well.
Maybe they gave him a budget. They said, this is your budget for this window. And he looked at it and said, nah, let's save it till the summer window. And they were like, you know what? He's drawn up a great summer plan. So he's doing really well. But, bruv, we need, like, it's not even cosmetic surgery right now. It's not like you're trying to go and get, go to Turkey to get them to do your hair, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Or you're getting them to body transfer and all of that. This is a lung has been punctured. We need surgery.
It's fucked, but dude, we need urgent help right now. Still
urgent help, bro. The heart is not pumping blood.
This is life or death. I cannot cap from a footballing sense. Like, it's actually peak. It's scandalous, man.
At the start of the season, everyone talked about it being like we need players. Now, it's not even a need, bro. I don't know what level is after need, bro. I know there's want and there's need. I don't know what's after need.
I think we're desperate, man. But it goes back to what you said, because I think from a fan point of view, and you made a good point about how it's basically diplomatic. I think as fans, and to be honest, this is all we should really care about. Like, I just feel in the modern day, we care about finances and this and that. We should just care about what players we're signing, who's leaving, what we're seeing on the pitch, right? But at the same time, I don't know where we're going. It's like it's quite baffling, because I think from a sporting point of view, I think one thing that I feel has gone for Arteta but gone against Arteta is, for a long time they've been talking and it's been correlating on the pitch to a point, right? But when you're not acting in the market, you put your sporting aspirations on one side. Like you said, we fumbled in the summer, whether it was free agents, loans, overpaying for summer targets, accelerating plans. We did nothing in January. Like, we didn't recall Fabio Vieira. For Arteta talks about maximizing the market, we fumbled the last 2, bro. So it's like, do they really want to win a Prem? I know in May, Josh Kroenke will come out and make them statements about we want to win, we want to do this. I do think Arteta wants to win major honours. I just criticize more how he goes about it, the players as well. But then, do you really, like you said, like, they don't really want to win? But if they don't really want to win, bro, what are we doing here then? Like, why are we breaking our transfer record and half stepping? Like, are we ever going to win something? Or is Arteta going to have to somewhat fluke it?
Bro, it looks like it's going to be a fluking thing. But, you made a great point, yeah? As fans, yeah, my concern should never be how much they spent. I should never have to worry. I've got fucking rent to pay and mortgage to pay. That's my thing I got to worry about. Why am I worrying? And that's what I'm saying, yeah. It depends what club you support. I don't think Man City fans have that worry. They actually support their team. We are here doing cracking numbers.
We're doing all the other stuff.
We're doing all the other stuff as fans. And that kills your love of football. Because as a fan, I shouldn't have to know who the fuck Jason Ito is. I shouldn't have to know, I know Edu because Edu was a former player, but I shouldn't have to know. When I was a kid growing up here, I didn't know any of
just Wenger, David Dean, man. That was the only 2 people I can know from my 29 years.
I didn't know what David Dean's job was. I just knew he was.
Yeah, I just knew he was about.
Do you know what I'm saying? I
didn't got Pat Rice as well.
And Pat Rice. I couldn't tell you what, but those are the football side of it. I didn't know there was agents. I didn't know there was transfer fees. I didn't know. I don't need to know all of this.
It's all the extra stuff.
You know what I'm saying? Man's paying a mortgage, they're renting it.
and this is, you know what? I honestly feel, I feel it's like I big up Harry Semu, yeah, because he said a good point. It's like if Arsenal was a crime scene, everybody's got their fingerprints there. I feel potentially in the summer, if they gave Arteta a limited budget, could he have done other things? Because I don't think we signed any game changers. I don't think, end of the day, you signed off on Sterling. We can't have it both ways. They always say Arteta's kind of word is final. They give him that kind of clout. And when we sign someone, say he was forced on them, right? So I don't think you wanted Sterling. I'm cool with Calafiori. It's more a hindsight thing. If you had 30 odd million, it's the Mikel Morenos. I like him and we're going to speak about him. I'm not even killing him as a footballer? Could you have done something different? Because if we want to win a league, there's plenty of things I can praise Mikel Arteta about because I think he's done his thing right. But to a degree, I'm not really interested in what you've done now. It's the things we're not good at. And with that, bro, surely it means fine margins. You know, you look at Kai Havertz's signing, which has worked out to a point, but 65 million could have been spent elsewhere. Fabio Vieira is not a player. And there's a couple of other players we forget at the club. So it's like, has he always spent the money in the best possible way? Now, I think in January, his language was different, bro, because he was crying for signings.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just Fabio Vieira. There's what's the other Portuguese brother?
Tavares.
Nuno
Tavares. He distanced himself from that. I remember reading when we signed Tavares, he was like, yeah, the analytical department did that. So I think he knew that one there was a fraud.
Sammy Lokonga.
L.
But by the way, these are still players that are Arsenal players, by the way.
Yeah. And we got a lot to do in the summer,
you know. So there's a lot of I go back to how much percentage of final does he have? Like, how much does he say? I'm sure some players are his players, even players that are flopped. Do you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I think overall, if you look at where we're at with what we've done, we're not necessarily in a bad position. We're second in the league. We are 7 points behind Liverpool.
We're just not kicking on, man. And
we're just not kicking on. We're not changing gears. We're not trying to change gears. Do you know what I'm saying? So we're just doing it the same. We're on the second gear, bro. I mean, that gearbox is crying to be changed to third gear, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's essentially what it is. So for me, I don't think he's done particularly bad with what he's been given. Because for me, 65 million for Kai Havertz is treachery, bro. Is absolute.
It's not even a diss for Kai. We just shouldn't have bought him. Like, no matter what he's done, big him up. I've been defending him. There was other ways to spend that P, man.
That money could have stretched. You know, like when
Wenger wouldn't have done that.
God forbid, bro. We know what Wenger's about, bro. Wenger was about buy cheap, sell high. Do you know what I'm saying?
Wenger wouldn't have even signed anyone for in that window.
That was his model. That was Wenger's model. But for 65 mil, it's like when you go out you got £100 in your pocket to last you the month, but instead of you going Tesco's to buy food shopping, you're going restaurant to eat. You know what I'm saying? That money ain't stretching, and that's what I feel.
I was going to say money's a drug. You're moving mad,
bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what I feel like with the whole Kai Havertz. But saying that, his goal record ain't that bad. He's chipped in when he needed to chip in.
And that's my problem, bro. Because respectfully to Kai, I don't get at Kai anymore. Beyond healthy criticism, like if you done good, you get praise. If you done bad, whatever. You've worked out to a point. We made when life gives you lemons, make lemonade, and you've gone on, sequences of events. You're one of the first names on the team sheet. You're actually our top goal scorer. It's at the same time though. If I'm saying Kai Havertz is one of our more consistent and reliable players, then with the greatest of respect to him, bro. Yeah, we're not being serious about winning.
Miss me out.
He should be involved, but difference maker, really.
He should never be in any world. Be our focal point. He should never. Kai Havertz should be. It should be again. No Diddy, but it should be the dessert. He should never be the. Do you know what I'm saying? He should accompany. Yes. He should accompany the main meal.
Exactly. That's the thing. That's what people, for me, and that's why I was getting so peed off last summer, because I understand football fans, they're emotional. Arsenal has been a bit of a fairy tale at times. Like Kai found form, he did very well towards the end of the season. Some fans were saying don't buy a striker in the summer. Now, I would have accepted that up to a point if we got that left winger we needed, or someone that can do what Saka does on the other side, because I think we needed at the very minimum both of them, but we could maneuver with one, right? But yeah, we just didn't do that. And excluding Bukayo Saka, fam, Kai Havertz is our most consistent goal scorer. So if he's not there, what's the issue? We should have got Sesko over the line in the summer. I don't care how people shape it up, man. We should have got something done, because we always take a decent squad player and try and make them the difference makers, and then we come up short. And that's not even on Kai. That's on how we built it for me.
That's systematic, innit? But here's the question now. So now we've got Ethan, who can obviously play on the right. So, there was the urgent, if you looked at like before the summer window, if you looked at like positions that we needed. I remember you asking me this question, positions that we needed to fill. Now we've got was essentially somewhere for Saka. Where else? Because what we've seen this season is also been an eye opener. We need more. So it's not just the striker we need more. So where else would you point and say, in fact, let me even rephrase the question. Other than the bait one that everyone's talking about, where is your second priority?
Oh, priority, and that, you know what, you rephrased the
That's a big
question
word.
well. Like, yeah, exactly. You flipped it. Oh, it depends how you look at it, because I could go. I think for me saying this is a bit naive, but it's fair to say goals win games, fine margins, all of that. Couple times, decent players get us out of trouble numerous times this season. So if you get that bad boy striker, which you said's debate one, and you get, for me, someone that can do even 50%, let alone match Saka, 50%, we're kind of laughing. You have got Declan Rice, midfield. I don't know. We might have to see some Kai Havertz shifts. But then I said, I think I'm a hypocrite because I think that midfield has to be addressed. If Rice is going to keep playing as this 8, you need that long-term partner, whether that's Zubamendi or whatever have you that we keep hearing, because I think midfield's been it's been balanced with Partey, and that presents a question in itself, but it's got to be midfield surely, man. Because that's obviously it's won and lost in both ends, but that's where the game's played.
Yeah.
I'd say midfield, man. But then I could point the question back to you, like, and say, is the priority, like, if you named your Arsenal strongest 11, we can all agree, left wing, up front, centre mid, like those 3 positions as a minimum, right? Is it more important to improve that immediate 11, or kind of what we've been alluding to? There's been bare injuries. We haven't got bodies. We let Fabio and Smith Rowe go. Is it more important to get more bodies in? Like, do you need more squad depth over that X factor talent to the immediate 11? Because as you said, we are second.
Well, then I think the answer is C. Both. We need bodies and we need quality. Do you know what I'm saying? We need to see, big up KJTV. We need bodies and quality, because I think in the long run, that's what makes winners. If you look at like City, for example, City had bodies, but they also had qualities. There'll be time Mahrez will come on, Sane will come off, or vice versa.
Sterling, Jesus, and Zinchenko used to be part of that.
Right. That's what we need. And ultimately, what that does is actually cement less injuries, because you're having to constantly flip it, but you're replacing the same quality. So the outcome's always the same, but with different bodies and people producing those outcomes. So yeah, I would like to see more bodies come in, but I also want quality. Now, if you're asking me in January window, I just wanted anybody. I got to the point where
that got to the point we just need someone, man.
Bring in somebody, bro. Bring in somebody. Like just do it. But now I think if you're looking long term, it has to be, and it has to start in the summer window where we get quality and quantity, because this team right now, that's all they need. And I'm telling you, we will challenge on all fronts, full chest. Imagine the rest Saka. Look at Chelsea now, for example. Yeah, I'll give you a great example of Chelsea. If we was in Chelsea's position for the Europa Conference League, I have no doubt that Saka would be playing in that. They wouldn't have rested him.
100%.
But Chelsea rested. They rested Cole Palmer. He was never involved in.
Couple man weren't even registered to play in that, and I think they've done it again.
Do you know what I'm saying? So we need to be able to be. All right, fine. You might talk about Nwaneri. Nwaneri is a bit of a unknown quantity. He's got great quality, but he's showing great signs. He's on the right path. Do you know what I'm saying? And next year he gets older. Next year he's more experienced. So do we then bring him up, or do we then look to say, okay, do you know what? Let's look for something more experienced and more ready, like game time ready. Do you know what I'm saying? Because Nwaneri, love the kid, but there's certain, he's not 100% there yet. He's on his way there. Do you know what I'm saying? So is it a case of just bringing someone who's ready, and that way we have options that we can take Sakharov at 2-0 up. We can bring in someone else. Do you know what I'm saying? Bro, Saka comes up when we're 4-0 up, bro. That's not often we're 4-0 up.
He took Saka. Do you know what? Arteta only likes to take Saka off when he's got a brace, man. That's one thing that's annoyed me about the gaffer, man. Saka could have got a hat trick a couple of times last year.
So it's a case of we need to do both, but we're not gonna do it because I've said you already. The club have got their business plan, and as far as they're concerned, the business plan is working, bro. And you can't fix something that's not broken. You know what I'm saying? Like it's working well for them. So that's what it's gonna be, bro. I have no faith. They didn't show me that. I actually legit was, when I tell you, yeah, I was absolutely dumbfounded when the window closed. I was absolutely dumbfounded, bro. I could not believe it.
No, but then let me ask you this, yeah, because I think every Arsenal fan says that, and I'm with you with that. But then I have to flip it because, again, as Arsenal fans, we knew this. We've been here before. Should we really be dumbfounded?
Of course. Because when have we needed, I talk about the pit stop. When have we ever needed a tire being changed so bad, bro? We need it. Bro, I know we've been here loads of times, but we've never been here with the magnitude of like being second and chasing. I mean, you could play, and plus, on top of that, star men are dropping out. We needed our tires changed. We needed our tires.
We need to pray at this point. I can't lie.
We needed our tires changed, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because the next turn, the next lap, the tires bursting, bro. Tires bursting. So,
that thing is popped already, bro.
It really, really did surprise me because unlike most windows, I wasn't asking for you to bring a quality player in. Just wanted you to bring someone in, bro.
You needed to do something, man. And then we'll ask those questions later. We literally don't have enough. And you touched on a good point because we can have our question marks about Mikel Arteta. We can have our question marks about the club. We can say we're not quite there. And I think that's a lot of the frustration is we're good, but we're not great. There's nothing set in stone, right? But you're that close. You said a good point. It's like, I'm not saying we can beat Liverpool in this title race, and I don't know where you are if it's done, but you can make a good go of it. I'm very pessimistic with the Champions League, but you're in it. You might as well give it a go. We're asking on too much. Too many favourable things have to happen for Arsenal fans to be smiling in May, man.
And that's the thing, yeah. Liverpool will drop points. They've shown Liverpool, to be honest with you, I think Liverpool are fizzing out. You know, they're starting to fizz out. I think winning is such a great mentality to have. And when you don't start winning, then you start creating doubt. And I know Plymouth is a game that a lot of people will say, oh, you know what? Yeah, it was the second string team. Bro, my second string team will never, not one player in my second string team would ever play at Plymouth because they're way better than that. So to get beat by Plymouth, yeah, is telling me something. And then the Liverpool to be up to get a goal so late, yeah, 2-1 up, 15, 18 minutes to go, they usually close out the game well. And to let that go out the bag. But here's what, I was celebrating that, and mid-thought, I was like, we don't even have a fucking striker. We don't even have a fucking striker. We don't even have the players to even mount something. Because now, if Liverpool, let's have it right here. 7 points behind Liverpool. There's going to be a time when we have a kickoff earlier than Liverpool, because that's how the media play it, right? Because they need the drama. There's another time we're going to have a game before Liverpool, right? Not Liverpool have a game before us, because that doesn't play out well if they win, yeah? There's another time where we're going to have a game before Liverpool, and then that will bring it to 4 points. That creates pressure. They know they have no wiggle room to fuck up. They fuck up with 4 points. We go on to the next game.
It's a good point.
So we start moving, but we can't do that without numbers. And this is where I'm getting frustrated, because all the analytics in the club would have looked at it and said, well, we're 7 points. At the time, we're 6 points behind Liverpool, and they had the game in hand. We're not catching them at this point in the season. Where the fuck are you? Where are you lot going? To be a great businessman, sometimes you have to dash money at things you didn't think the money will come back, but you sort of you've had to do it because, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you got to buy something, you got to invest in something that you didn't really see that much of, but it's a risk worth taking.
That tells me the Kroenkes don't care, bro, because, like, fair enough, yeah, Arteta could have done it. Like, it could have been a thing where if I was the Kroenkes, I look at it like, Arteta, the majority of things you've done well, getting over the line, you're making issues. You've swindled some of the P's, I feel, and done poor things. But January, I'm going to save you. I can see that my investment, and I hate to refer to our football club as that, I can see my investment it looks impossible on one hand against Liverpool to pick them to the Prem, but it's not improbable. If you want to overpay for Watkins, get that done. If you want to accelerate something in the summer, get that done. I'm not agreeing with it, but maybe do a little dodgy thing where you make Neto's deal permanently, opens up the whole realm for another loan in the Prem. And I'm not saying I want Koulibaly or Morata, but like you said, in terms of a body, I've seen them move, and it's a thing where you get them in and ask questions later. So I don't think them man truly want to do what needs to be done, which takes me back to what you said, in that they just look at it, or Tim Lewis probably faxes them. These lot probably ain't even got emails, and just says, we're on course for top 4. Merch is coming out. It's calm. So it's like Arteta would have to be perfect. And then the shift is, as much as I like Arteta and I criticize him a lot, Like you haven't been able to get over the line. So it's just there's bare things as to why this is happening.
There's a lot of things, man. I mean, what you got to factor is the last league we won was 2004.
It's peak, bro.
Last league we won was 2004. Never won a Champions League. Last time we was in that elite final was 2006. 2 years after that.
Don't remind me, man.
2 years after that, yeah. And then now, years later, you've got to look at why is that? Why has it been allowed to carry on for so long? I mean, Liverpool went 30 years or 31 years without a league, but in between, they were doing bits. They were winning Champions League. You know, they're winning UEFA Cups. You know, they were doing bits.
They were still getting to finals. People can boy them, but they were still getting to finals. Like Liverpool always been in finals before this Prem thing for them.
Right. And then we won. It took us 9 years before we won an FA Cup. Like from that 2000.
That Wembley that day, one of the best times as an Arsenal fan. It was peak.
Right. So
we've come a long way.
Question is, why are they so few and far between?
Because we don't want
that's why I can't level it at Arteta like squarely, not exclusively. I can't. It's been 21 years. He's been in it 5-6 years. Now my maths ain't that good to tell you the percentage over that 21 years to his 5 years. Maybe the mathematicians do the maths. Arteta, what's the percentage Arteta's added to the 21 years of his reign?
Yeah, man, someone's got to do that. Yeah,
someone's got to do that. But I think just off the dome, about 35% of that, just off the dome, you know. So the problems have been there before Arteta. But one thing I'm seeing with Arteta is progression. It might not be at the speed others want, but it's definitely faster than what we accepted at that time.
But have we progressed last year versus this year, though?
We haven't. But the numbers say we've on par with last year.
That's the mad thing, because there's bare stats that could say that you're right. Like, we scored bare goals, we've done this, we've done that. That's why it's weird right now as a fan. One love to the super chat as well. Go on, bro.
It's always been identical. So the anomaly is Liverpool. That's the anomaly, because it used to be Man City. That's what we used to worry about. And to a degree, maybe that's what we're still worrying about.
So why are we not there to take advantage? Because at minimum, people were saying the minute City have a drop, we're going to be there. Do you know what they say? Unfortunately, the losers explain and the winners win. As much as I like Arteta, and I think people, that's why I don't think you can, my personal opinion is, I don't think you could be fully out or fully in. Really, you know, I don't think sacking him guarantees success. I don't think getting rid of him guarantees success. What I would say to some people that are like, you know how you got them, let's be honest, Arteta fanboys, like, he can do no wrong. Like, he can do no wrong. I always say, like, how long you cannot blame Arteta and etc., but how long are you going to go without trying anything? It's a bit like our window. Fans can talk about not overpaying and this messes up the summer and this and that, and saying making these signings is a risk, but also not doing anything's a risk. And we've not done anything numerous times and ended up in this position. And that's why, for me, it's the Kroenkes, bro.
I mean, is this for me, like, again, like that analogy, if Arsenal was a crime scene, everyone's got a fingerprint somewhere. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not particularly a fanboy per se, because there's some man I hear, you know, they're talking about man's hair and how sexy his hair looks.
Yeah, they're moving mad.
All them sort of talk. Whereas
fancy him, man.
For me, I'm looking at, like, okay, you've never had a managerial job. There's others who have had managerial jobs, who have had prior experience, that have done better. And there's others who've got managerial jobs that you're doing better than, you know, who in a million years haven't sat where you've sat. Yes, you're not sat at the top, but you're closer to the remote control than they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can reach it further than they can. So I can give, for me, it's always been more respect than me saying I actually like or love Arteta. I think I've given him a minimum of respect that
he's made us competitive again. We can have the conversation about getting over the line, but he's made us competitive.
We're not waiting till the last game of the season to see where we finish, whether we've got top 4 or not.
We're not getting bullied like that again.
We're not getting bullied. We're beating top 6 teams. Top 6 teams ain't touched us in years, in a few seasons. We've beat Man City, who are our boogie boys. So there's certain things I'm like, I can look at it from a less reactionary view, more a wider picture, and say, you know what? Let me give you your due respect. You know, I look at everything You know, everything included. Like I said, it was his first managerial job. Someone will say Alonso in Germany went. I think it was his first job as well. He got over the line. In fact, went a whole season unbeaten. You know, but these are two different elements. You know, the German league doesn't compare to this league, but nonetheless, he's won it. He's, you know, I can't downplay what he's done. But what I'm saying is, I look at it and I think, you know what? You've also shown bollocks in some aspects, and other times you've annoyed me. You got rid of Aubameyang. That was some big bollocks, bro. That was a mass. That was
even in the all or nothing. Like other people didn't really want to go for it.
That was fucking massive.
But that tells me you got power with the Kroenkes as well. Because if Emre tried that, it wouldn't have banged. It didn't bang with Ozil.
That was bollocks. But then you could reverse it and say, you know what? That's a huge wage bill. So they probably didn't mind getting rid of him.
It comes back to that. Yeah.
It can come back
to the baller again.
Do you know what I'm saying? It can come back to that. Maybe get rid of Saka. Show me your balls. No,
hey, don't let Saka go, man. Give him that contract. He needs that money. Blank check. Sign here, bro. You, Magalhaes, Saliba. I ain't gonna lie, Martinelli, you're my guy, but we don't have to accelerate that deal as fast as them one there.
Yes.
He's with Skelly and Ethan in the front of the queue.
Yeah, listen to that. Not gonna lie, I was expecting. I thought Cunha was coming.
Swear.
I thought Cunha.
I knew we were not gonna do that because they don't really want him like that.
He was stalling. He was stalling on his contract.
You know Arsenal sell dreams, man. You know Arsenal will sell dreams to these players. They probably say, yeah, we're gonna get you 2 phone calls and you're there, and then somebody saying the P's aren't P's and you're not rolling. You are right on that though.
We've dropped the ball so many times, man, and it didn't have to be that. I can understand if we were deadpan, sitting 6th, sitting with Chelsea, you sort of wait for the season to end and go again. But we've got a chance to accelerate something. Especially you're looking at Liverpool, bro. You're looking at they haven't made no signings. Do you know what I'm saying? So we fucked it up, man. We fucked it up, man. The recruitment it's not even recruitment, bro. Recruitment, the term recruitment means you've recruited, you brought something. We don't have, that wasn't a recruitment. That was null. That was null and void, bro.
You see, this is where it gets mad. But I will say for Arteta though, I look at it 2 ways. Kind of what you're saying in that, you know, the rebuild, all of that. Because even if you don't think Arteta is the guy, I don't think personally, man, I have to say he's rubbish and all of this because he's clearly not. Like you said, we're second. There are some good statistics and whatnot. So big him up for what he's done for the rebuild. Whether I've agreed with everything you've done or not, I do think there was periods you should have been sacked and could have been sacked. And under different contexts, would have been sacked. But when it's all said and done, we've got to a point now. Like we've got to a point. We're second. My thing is, as I said, one love for that. Big you up for that. It's about getting over the line. And you see, when it comes to that, you, the club, the players, I have to look at it harsher. Not because I want to. I don't know how long I'm going to have to keep sitting here and we're explaining, because winners win and losers explain. Of course, we're not being hyperbolic. We're sitting down and we're reasoning. But long and short of it is, last season they said we was the best team in the league, and that City won it. The winners win and the losers explain. And like when you look at Mikel Arteta's record with trophies, or the latter stages, obviously a lot of this is without context, other variables. But you're not getting over the line in the cups. You're not doing what you need to do in the league. You mentioned the Xabi Alonso point. And one thing I started thinking about recently, and it dawned on me. Obviously, you've seen teams win a Premier League and then win a domestic cup same time. But a lot of the time, teams that have won the FA Cup, definitely in the last few years, they've been dead, you know. When we were 2014, didn't have the best of league campaigns. The year after that, didn't have the best of campaigns. You know, we got ourselves up for it when we beat Chelsea in the back with a back three, even when Mikel Arteta did it in COVID. So it's like, when it comes to those sink or swim moments, I don't know if you're the guy, because there's been those moments where 9 times, like throughout a 38-game season, good majority of the games, whether I agree with what you've done or whatever, you're going to get me those points. You're going to do what you need to do. But you see, when it's those Aston Villas, those West Hams, where, you know, when you're at the games, when you can feel it, like this game there is going to have serious implications in the long term. He's come up short, bro. He's come up short.
And that's why I say I'm not an Arteta fanboy, because I if they was to get rid of Arteta, I wouldn't be against it per se. But what I want to see from the club is a plan. Who are you bringing in? Who are you bringing in, and why are you bringing them in? There's a reason why they took Arteta to manage the club over any experienced one. Because I'm telling you now, yeah, I think the talk of the time was Allegri. I think a lot of people say, no, Allegri. You think Allegri would walk out in that first interview because top managers would ask real questions about because every job you go to, your reputation's on the line, bro.
You saw Conte at them lot down the road.
You saw it, and you saw it. Every job you have, your reputation is on the line. So your value could decrease on what you achieve at that club. Allegri walks in. Allegri says, all right, boys, so what's my spending for the summer?
Straight down to business.
Straight down. What do you mean? He would have walked out. What do you mean? At any stutter, he would have walked out because he wants to be guaranteed signings of his own, and be guaranteed a pot. If you want me to bring this job to cross the line, to get over the line, this is what I need. The club are saying, you know what? We just need someone that's going to get us top 4. And here you go. Arteta comes in perfectly. It's his first job. He's not going to be a cocky. He can't make demands because he's just happy to have Arsenal on his CV. It's a great first job to have.
You could say it's a risky first job as well because, to be fair, not that I want to praise the Kroenkes, but it is a mad risk. Someone taking over our level of club, but I don't want you to forget your point. You're making a great point. I'm keen to hear this.
But they looked at it as he's been at Man City. He's seen Man City's formula, and to a degree, we sort of have a Man City sort of DNA, but in a Timu type way. We've got a Man City type way that because he's brought that from Man City.
Arteta and Pep are quite similar in a way.
Right. They're quite similar in a way.
Both teams are somewhat falling off at the same time.
Only that Pep wins and Arteta doesn't. Do you know what I'm saying? So if you're going to get rid of Arteta, don't go and bring someone, because Arteta's brought us to a point where all you got to do now is maybe shift a few, dot a few I's, cross one, two T's, and everything's all right. Don't go and bring someone that is going to regress the club and with no plans going forward.
But but that's going to have to be the new manager for Man. And I'm not saying this to keep him, but I think that's something everyone has to accept. Because on one hand, I do think another manager comes in, as you said, dot 1, 2 I's and cross T's were lit. But they have to be given the right to say, I want him, I don't want him. What if, for argument's sake, he says, Gabriel Magalhaes, Saliba, I don't like you. As mad as that sounds, Declan Rice, I don't want you here. Whether they're able to shift him off or not, but we're gonna have to start again. Which is that. And it leads me to ask you this year. Obviously, we all see what the club, pander out. We know the cycle in it. There's optimism in the market. As you saw at the end of January, we're linked with everybody in the summer. We got to get a sporting director. We need to deal with contracts for key players, right? Where you hear the Zubamendi, the Sesko shouts, all Nico Williams, all them kind of names. Do you think the club are going to deliver, in the summer? This is actually, you're going to address these areas?
No. And I'm within my right to say no, because I've seen it. I've seen it. There's a man that's cheating on his missus and he's begging her back. And she's like, yeah, but you haven't shown me anything that you're going to stop. You're still outside.
Still outside. You're not changing your ways.
You're not changing your ways. You're still outside. So that's what I don't see. I don't see anything really changing. I think they're just going to capitalize on, when the Champions League or we got this close to the Champions League, whatever. They're just going to, it's an emotional thing. They start tying us in, you know what I'm saying? But they're not going to give us, they've never really done it for me to say they have in their thing to do, So no, the answer is no, bro. It's going to be another dead window. Yeah. It's going to be another dead window. Then they're gonna wait for January window to then start panicking, to start looking for someone to bring in. But as far as this window coming, we're not gonna get the targets we want. We're not even gonna get the quality that we want, and it's just gonna be another window where I'm gonna be hopeful because I'm an Arsenal fan. Do you understand? I'm gonna have that hope that this new guy that I've never heard of from the Russian league is gonna be a bad boy. Do you know what I'm saying? And he might get some goals. He might get some goals here and there. And then I'm going to be satisfied and be like, to be fair, he's got some goals. Do you get me? Havertz all over again. Do you know what I'm saying? But we need shooters, bro. We need snipers. We need John F. Kennedy type snipers, bro. One shot, head gone, bro. That's what we need. We don't need man that's gonna take in 2 shots, 3 shots, and his target is gone away.
We need killers, man. Like, you know what? Yeah, I think you're bang on the money because, like, you look at Real Madrid, like they've got so many difference makers, and I know that the variables are not the same, yeah. But like sometimes I think you gotta respect the belly of the beast in it. You gotta respect the game, of course. I'm not necessarily against self financing, all that stuff that they say in general. I just we've discussed all of that, but even Real Madrid, they still spent a lot of money on Tchouaméni, on Jude Bellingham, on Camavinga. My point of saying that is, they're Real Madrid and they've got bare free transfers in that, but they've still respected the need to be competitive and adapt to the modern day, which is spending money. Like you made a good point when you mentioned Chelsea. If we had Chelsea's kind of owners with a bit more common sense, just like if Arteta is saying, I beg you, please, 120 or whatever for Isaac, I need Williams, I need this. I don't know what to say. We could be lit.
And that's the difference. Like Chelsea have all the materials to make and design any product they want. We have a product that wasn't designed and built by us, and we have having to try to make it work. If we had Bowley, if we had especially the Russian guy, wasn't it Abramovich? His model of owning his club is the perfect model, because as fans, yeah, we just want to win. All the other extra bullshit about finance and that's not our concern. Never been our concern.
We just want to be able to chat shit to our friends and enjoy good times with our club, man.
That is it. He's in my opinion, one of the, I don't care. You could argue that, some of his stuff was dodgy. He did it for his club. Chelsea fans don't give a shit.
He did like, no, it is the perfect
Champions League, yeah, with Di Matteo, and still sacked him.
Yeah. And you look at the managers they've had.
No time for sentiment, bro. He doesn't care if they've had 20 managers in 15 months. He wants it to be right. And that, to me, yeah, is the perfect owner.
This is the longest Chelsea have lied down for a while as well. And he's left.
As far as I'm concerned, when he left, he took Chelsea with him, bro. I don't fear Chelsea in any capacity. Chelsea are a puppy show, right? They're a clown club to me right now. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they're trying to model what Abramovich did, but they don't realize. And plus, on top of that, you got rid of all the Abramovich boys that were doing stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? So I look at them and I think, if we had the money with what we have now, and
those are the owners from the owners.
It's from the owners. It always starts from the top.
And this is what starts
from the top. It always starts from the top. You go on Arsenal website right now and look at the board members, and you see how Stanley Kroenke LLC. It's a business. They don't even hide it. They don't even try to sugarcoat it and say, yeah, this is our owner, Stan Kroenke, who is literally written there. I think it's LLC, or it's literally written there, bro.
And then you see all the other clubs in other countries winning stuff. Well, they're not going anywhere, in it. Like there's certain things I feel Arsenal fans have to accept within the remit, yeah. And I'm not saying this because I like Arteta or dislike him. I just think fans have to accept it, bro. Like, he's not getting sacked. They're not signing all the signings you want to see. As said, what do you call it again? Champions League, and paying up Mikel Arteta. So Arteta's staying, these men are staying. They've been in this club for a minute. They finally became full owners in 2018. They've struck gold with Arteta, which, as much as I can praise Arteta, some people could sit around there and say he reminds them of the latter day Arsene Wenger. I think people have to accept that. Anything else we achieve within that remit, Bob's your uncle, in it. But we're gonna look to the left, look to the right, and I'll be real, man. Like, as much as I don't fear Chelsea, if they do fix up, things can happen very quickly. Newcastle is on the horizon. City, it depends, but Pep looks. I mean, come on, Pep left his wife for 30 years. He's lost too much. He has to get City back to where they're doing it. Liverpool, I don't know what Arne Slot is saying. United, we've been saying United will come back for a while, but they're still United, and we'll obviously improve as well. But we've not capitalized on this sweet spot where we've actually not got embarrassed in the Champions League, not won it, messed about in the domestic cups as well. The Premier League, arguably, it'd be fair to say, like, it felt like last year was the closest I feel during the Emirates era, genuinely about winning a trophy, and we missed out by 2 points. But we haven't done anything, bro. And before I let you get out of here, I actually want to ask you this as well, because we've spoken about how Arteta feels, how the Kroenkes feel. How do you think the players feel? And I asked you that because obviously they're the players. But I remember Tierney, going back to the January market, sorry, Declan Rice said, oh, we had to play Tierney left wing. I'm sure the gaffer wants to make signings. That lets me know they might be having conversations like us, you know, like, oh, the gaffer's not got a few bodies in, Saka's injured and that.
I mean, you only got to look at the history of the club to look at the players that have left the club and why they've left the club. You got to look at Van Persie leaving because the owners didn't match his ambition. You've got to look at Fabregas leaving for the same exact reason that the owners didn't match his ambition. The players are run down. The players want to win stuff. And they know within themselves they need quality, right? All that's going to happen. I mean, Declan Rice hit the nail on the head, bro. Like, he's said what he said because he's saying how the players feel. And he's the only one who, I suppose, has the English enough to say the stuff that he said. You know, Magalhaes ain't going to say it because, you know, people might misinterpret what he's saying. Saliba ain't going to say it. People might interpret what he's saying, especially with Real Madrid around him. It might sound like a come and get me. So Rice is the perfect guy to say it because his English is good. He's going to go straight down the point. We understand what he meant. And at the end of the day, if the club aren't bringing players in, aren't bringing quality in, then he might have to start looking elsewhere himself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Football's a very short time. Doesn't matter how long you've signed your contract, bro. If a club wants you and you want to leave, it will leave. You know,
so relationship of convenience at the end of the day, man.
Relationship of convenience. You hit the nail right on the head there. You know, so the players will leave, but the players are fed up because I'm sure Declan Rice came in at a time when we had just lost the league, when no one expected us to lose it. So when he came, he looked like he was the stability that will push us that one level more. But then we realized actually, well, maybe we need 2 more levels. Maybe, you know, and they know we need that. Like I talked earlier about the gear being changed. We've been in second for too long. You know, the gearbox, you can hear it screeching, change me. And they can see it because they want to win stuff. Ultimately, when it's all said and done, all the money they've counted, the true lasting memory for players is, hey, grandson, I won this in 2018. Right. I won this in 2015. Over there, let me tell you the story how I got this thing on.
You can go on YouTube and watch their highlights now, anyways, as well.
Right. So they have a professional side that needs professional. What's the word? Satisfaction. You know, because they counted their money. The money's not a problem. The money is always there for them while they're still playing. But professional satisfaction is trophies and medals. You know, so if they're not getting it here because he's looking and thinking Zinni shouldn't be at this club, he's looking and thinking, what's the other Polish shouldn't be here? There should be someone of quality. Do you know what I'm saying? So the players, I'm sure they feel hard done by, but we've been here before. We've seen it.
I think you're bang on the money. And then I guess, to wrap it up, then I got to ask you then, like, obviously, and I think you said it there, like, these men want to win stuff. I look at Saliba, obviously, you're there with all them French players that are at Madrid. The waviest time for French players in recent years to probably be at Madrid. Saka's obviously on England duty, talking to the City boys and the Liverpool boys and these lot one stuff. Their contracts are running down. Like, honestly, how long do you think before the likes of Saliba, Saka, maybe even, I know he's a bit older, but Gabriel Magalhaes, they start to think, you know what, I've loved my time here. Got to go elsewhere.
I honestly think for them, they'll probably give it a year or so to see if Arsenal's serious to bring in quality. And if nothing on coming in a year, I think you will see a lot more rumors and speculation. And I think a lot of the press will fuel it as well.
1,000,000%.
You know, they'll start to say, oh, the Saliba thing, they've already planted the seed of Saliba in Real Madrid. And it's only a matter of time before Real Madrid come and get him. Even though for me, as a defender, I can't afford to lose Gabriel. I think I can stomach a bit of Saliba going. I think we'll get a lot of money.
Explain that, because some people might look at you like you're crazy listening.
I think when we're talking about defenders, when we're talking about centre-backs, when we're talking about presence, when we're talking about beast, when we're talking about bully. Who did I just describe without saying his name?
Gabriel Magalhaes. 1,000,000%. Like, for a Brazilian don, he's so Brazilian ilk. And I know Brazilian man, South American man, they're crazy anyways. But for a British football fan, Gabriel is someone he just gets it kind of thing. A bit like Lewis Skelly, to be fair.
He's from Yorkshire. The way, you know what I'm saying? One of them old Leeds United players, fam.
Yeah.
Bro,
Hooligan.
Hooligan, bro. Look, I haven't seen one centre forward that has enjoyed their time against Gabriel, bro.
Apart from Isaac, but generally, yeah.
Generally, but even that Isaac thing, you could even argue that was Saliba.
True.
That was Saliba.
True.
But one-on-one, he makes it so ugly for you, bro. You're not gonna outpace him. You're not gonna outmuscle him. Like he's gonna make.
Then you were singing his praises on this very channel or like a year ago or something. It just hit me, but go on, bro.
Yeah, there you go. You know what I'm saying?
He said he's underrated and he needs a chance.
It's so underrated. Like not a lot of man get change out of him. And I think why it works so well with Saliba is Saliba does all the stuff that Gabby doesn't have time to do. Do you know what I'm saying? Gabby's not interested in the composure when the ball's at my feet.
Saliba makes it look pretty.
Saliba makes it look pretty. You know they call it light skin tax.
Yeah, it is. And I'm not gonna lie. Ever since Saliba started growing his hair, he's been looking a bit shaky. I'm not gonna lie. Like Real Madrid, just watch the Newcastle game. He's not good enough yet. Trust me. Go Chelsea or something.
I honestly, it sounds mad because you know people are gonna be like, oh, but I watch it religiously. And Gabby, for me, you get rid of Gabby and you've got rid of our backbone. Saliba, he might be an arm. He might be. I think Saliba's more replaceable in an Arsenal team than Gabby is.
Oh, but Saliba's seen as a generational centre half, though. I get what you mean, but people would say, well, "What are you talking about?"
But they can say it, bruv. I'll ask them what they're talking about. But there's got lion child mute exactly. Do you know what I'm saying? Because for me, as a centre back, and you can look at maybe in a modern day era, I think Van Dijk is probably the poster boy.
Poster boy, really.
Yeah, where he's good at the ball at his feet. He can find a striker. He can diags. All of those fancy stuff.
Can do everything, man. He's like when you make a player on FIFA or something.
Right, he's the perfect build. Do you know what I'm saying? But for me, Gabby, as a defender, I'm talking about defending. Yeah, because I've seen Van Dijk get moved to by Rashford. I'm talking about physically, like they've shoulder to shoulder. And I've seen you go on YouTube.
Low-key, I've seen Jesus as well and Gnabry.
Van Dijk sliding. I saw Beto yesterday putting his
Heritage
way up
as well.
Way back. I've never seen no one do that to Gabriel in his time at Arsenal. Never. Find me the game.
Is it because he had the bozo moments? Like, I think to a degree, he hasn't shook them tags. And what I mean by that is, if you watch him, of course he has. But I think people are still judging the 22-year-old Gabriel on the 27-year-old Gabriel. That's a 5-year period. People forget he was signed when Arteta. Yeah, life flies. No. He's been here for a minute. This is what I'm saying. He was here when Arteta joined. He's arguably, like, in a weird way, Gabriel kind of, in his own way, kind of shows the progress of the team if you deep it. Like more consistency, all of that. And I get what you mean. And I agree in that. I think with a team that's trying to win the league, well, we hope this year, but within a quick period, I hear you. Gabriel is more of an L. He's more of a leader. I actually feel because he's not as pretty as Saliba. When we need impetus and need to force it, he actually gets it going. Obviously, Saliba's a Rolls Royce. He's one of the best centre halves in the world already, and he's going up the gears. And you never really Arsenal obviously big up Saka in that, but. And we know we didn't buy Saliba for like 100 million, but we ain't in the last few years, we ain't had no generation, like real generational talent kind of shout. Where I'm a bit accepting, and it makes me agree with you more in that, because you can just see Saliba will play for Real Madrid one day. I've always had that in the back of my mind. You could cut PSG, one of them teams there, but then I could flip it, and I want to know your thoughts. Yeah, as I said, Gabriel's 27. Obviously, he loves the club and all that stuff. But he's 27. There were them rumors a few years ago about going Saudi or whatever. We don't know if they're true, but that shows me your head can be turned. He's older. He's got 2 years left on his deal. Do you think he could be someone more likely to move on, or someone that whatever clubs could be on?
I mean, like I said, when these men has not seen progress, they're gonna dip. Especially now, you've even reminded me that he's been there longer than I think it was Arteta's first signing. Actually,
he's been there for a minute, give or take, like him or Partey or something.
So look at that comment there. Saliba's replaceable at this moment in time. What he can be is be realized yet. Gabby's literally doing all right now, week in, week out. I couldn't agree more.
But they tried to shoot me last season when I said Gabriel's holding Saliba's hand at times.
And that's what it is, bro. That's what it is. That's why I'm telling you now, yeah. They work together as a balance. That's why they work so well. But I think who's making it more balanced, I think is Gabby. You know, because Gabby, like I said, most centre backs don't like. I'm sorry, most forwards don't like playing it because he matches them for everything they got. He's had his bozo moments. Let's not lie here. He's had his bozo moments. You know, but he's shaking that off. He's at the peak of his career now. He's at the age now where you know this. You know, you've arrived now. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's time to be serious.
We gotta be serious to match his ambition, bro. Like, cause I would rather lose Saliba because you'll get a lot of money for Saliba because you know Saliba.
And don't speak too soon, man. With our club, anything's possible. We should be getting a lot of money, though.
Saliba, if Saliba goes, yeah, that should be world record transfer fee.
We'll swindle that though, because they'll say, "Oh, we bought it for 30 million. If we sold it for 45, there's a profit there." Last year, we do. That's it, bro. You know how it is. They get the PR. You know how it goes. If we're selling Saliba today, I'm screaming 100 million. If I see anything less than 80, I don't want to hear it from us.
It's in hundreds. It's in the hundreds. It's in the hundreds. You're buying
even that. Like, I'm just saying, that's my ballpark to get any conversation.
That's to get me to sit on the table to talk.
Yeah, to speak about this.
To speak about this, it's got to be 100 to start speaking. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
man, I'm saying too low. Fair enough.
It's got to be 1/5 around that.
If I said that though, someone's gonna get bumped.
Not euros, bro. I'm talking straight Queen's head, bro, or the King's head, bro. Oh shit! No Diddy, 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 no Diddy. Liz is the only one I recognize.
We were talking about defending. Oh, the defending there was crazy, but pause. That was crazy.
I think it's got to be high for Saliba. Do you know what I'm saying? And that will cushion the pain a bit because we've got a lot of money. Do you know what I'm saying? That'll cushion the pain a bit. You know,
but we'll swindle it, man. But then if they say, Arteta, do your thing, I would love Arteta to get that money and say, listen, Arteta, you're not spending no peas if you're not trying to buy guys of Isaac's quality. No more reboards, no more guys that can play everywhere. We need quality now, Gaffer.
Yeah, that old saying, man. What was that old saying? Jack of all trades, master of none. We need a master of one thing. Even he's not the one that's tracking back. That's cool. That's cool. We need
serious guys, man.
We need that jack of all trades. We don't need to get rid of that and get a master of one. Do you get me? So yeah, man. But the club right now, I don't have any hopes in them right now. I think Arteta's working with, he's doing good. Obviously, eventually that's gonna fall off because of numbers and injuries and all of that comes with it. Because it's just more than one moving part, you know. So, you know, I've got no faith in them. They've showed me that. I mean, not signing in this January was the biggest. Huh?
That made me. I didn't think we was winning the league anyways because that like people were saying, oh, you're negative and all that in the summer. I said when it's all said and done and I get away from the optimism because naturally I want Arsenal to win the league. I had to ask myself two questions. Do I feel in my heart we've improved our starting 11? If I, as a fan, name my strongest 11, we didn't do that. Do I think we have enough numbers? Bearing in mind, Arteta's been crying the beginning and end of last year about we've got one of the smallest squads. If we didn't do those two things, I know we're not serious about what they tell me of competing in all four comps. Now, that's the summer. Great. When I saw what happened in January and all the points you just said there, it's like, yeah, man, like it gets January for me, it got beyond like top four and no, it got beyond the leagues and all of that. It's like, bro, if you want your Don to get top four and it to remain a shoe-in, you've got to get some numbers in, bro. There's nobody.
But listen, I'm gonna tell you, I don't know how confident are you? You're asking me, how confident are you?
What, in winning the league and turning it all around and all that stuff?
In bringing in bodies, in bringing in quality and.
Not 100%, man, because one, I'm not a fly on the wall. Two, you know, we're gonna, as much as we're gonna get linked with Zubamendi and Sesko and Nico Williams and this one and that one, yeah, there's gonna be equal reports about, you know, we need to balance the books and PSR and this one's about to leave, now he's not. You know, again, Partey, Jorginho, Zini, a couple of these men that look like they're leaving. Someone might sign a new deal. Things are not going on. And to be fair, I don't expect the club to do everything, but I just asked for a striker and a centre mid at the very minimum, and I would say that as a wide man as well. If you're serious and you want to make me smile, pause, and you want me to be excited for next season, if we improve the depth and if we improve that starting 11, great. But when I say improve, you have to, for me, get a centre mid, a left winger, and a striker. There's no way around it. I don't care about the main targets anymore, bro. If you can't get that, cool, get something else. Because unless you're going for Messi, you should be able to do something.
I'd even throw in a fucking goalkeeper at that, because I know we glossed over Neto, yeah.
Yeah, that's if she even the goalkeeping area.
Fuck me, bro. If I mean, I know we got the young boy Carl, whatever his name is, but is it Carl?
Carl Hein. Nah, I can't lie, man. Unless he's gonna be permanent third choice, I don't want to see him again. I swear he played in a cup. He's stunk up the guy.
It's
over, bro. It's over. Man. Big him up, but it's over, man. I've seen enough. Y'all we've signed some good goal. Well, like 2 good goalies. Big up Ramsdale and Ryan, but we've signed some crap ones as well, man. We've actually got a lot to do. And even that, they're saying they want to spend 20 million on Garcia. And this Garcia is like 21. How long is he going to want to sit on the bench instead of Raya? I don't know, man. But broski, man, I've had you here for 90 minutes, man. Big respect for being here. Obviously.
Go on.
No, I'll say no. Obviously, big respect for being here, man. I appreciate it. It's always nice to talk football. We ran over, but it's been quality. I always have to say, make sure you're subscribing and all of those things, folks. Let them know they can find you, man.
Strict on the
even
YouTube.
Though you got it all there.
Strict on the YouTube. So make sure you hit that. So that's strict, and then all the socials is the one you can see there. That's my Insta and all of that. So show love on that, man. And big up everyone that's tuned in, man. Everyone that's engaged, man. You've got
content you got to come out, man.
You've got a good community going on there, man. I rate it still.
Trying, bro. That's why I'm trying to promote it to you. Let people know what you've got to come out when you go live, all of that stuff, man.
So yeah, man. So my usual
put on the jacket so people will know it's you.
that's it, man. The jacket is in the car.
You didn't even wear the traditional hoodie still.
Yeah. So, but all of that is in the car, fam. I only take it out to wash it and then put it back. But now, so I've got coming up. What's my usual thing is in the stands. So it's a match day vlog of watching the game from the stands. So you get a fan's perspective of going to the game, at the game, goals for us, goals against us. So you get all those reactions there. For my opinion, is one of the best match day vlog.
Follow the community, people, man. Like, it's not just his opinion. Go and draw that opinion for yourselves. Go click on that now, man.
Just go and see it, man. It's got everything. It's got laughters. It's got anger. It's got every single thing. There's people that are watching it from Australia telling me, Stricto, I love this because you make me feel like I'm at the game. That's all I need to say on that. So make sure you go over there, Stricto Strict. I'll have that for the Leicester game. So yeah, man, let's go. Let's push.
And at the time of making this, people, the Leicester game's only 48 hours away or so, people. So yeah, man, you know where to find him. Big up, broski. And yeah, man, let me let you knock off and go to sleep and whatnot, man. People, big up you lot as well, because you've been here with us, man. As said, without the community, we're nothing. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, follow the Mandom's content. Let me know when you need me on your platform, brother. Peace.
Yes, bro.
Come on. Always just like